Welcome everybody to this video that you clicked on. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create this comet in Minecraft. It's a pretty easy build to do despite how it looks, and I definitely recommend learning how to build it because it's a really easy, fast way to show off your building skills, and it also looks nice. So without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. So what you're going to need to do this comet meteor build, is what I have in my inventory right here. Coal blocks, red, orange, yellow stained glass, red, orange, yellow stained glass panes. This is optional. Black carpet and glowstone. And if you're doing it in the most recent update, then is a bunch of black that you can use to substitute the coal block. The black concrete works, but I just think this one looks the nicest. Anything that's really dark will work. It really depends where you want to start it, but I would say you should leave at least 5 blocks of air between the ground and your comet. So I'm just gonna go up a bunch like this, and then I'm gonna break these, and I'm gonna go down. Now in survival mode, obviously this is gonna be more difficult, but this I'll show you in creative mode because it's just easier for the tutorial. Anyhow, now that you have your singular block here, you're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just going to build 4 out in each direction, including up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should have this little three-dimensional little thingy-majiggy, and we'll move on to the next step. So the next step is to actually make the sphere, because this is going to be the actual solid part of the meteor. So what we're going to go is, I'm just going to start here. You're going to build 1, 2, 1, 2. You're going to come in here, place 1, 1, break that block. So what it should be is 2, 1, 2, or if you're including this, 3, 1, 3. Now you're just going to repeat that over here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, break. Now we're just going to do this all around. If you're doing in survival, I recommend collecting these blocks here to use them again, unless you're really rich. But that's all. It should go 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. So I'll just do that for the rest of here, and we'll move on to the next step. So as you can see, I am done with filling this in. I broke all the blocks. It goes 5, 1, 5, repeated around. Now pretty much what we're going to want to do is do that again for this side here and this side coming down here. So there should be 3 little rings in total. So I'll show you. 2, 2, 1, break. 2, 2, 1. You can do it on the outside because this block is always going to be temporary. Break. So then we just do that all around, and I'll be right back. So we are back, and I'm done the top portion of the meteor. I recommend keeping this part in. You can break this down to here, really. All you need is this block as reference. But I mean, keeping it is just helpful, especially in survival. You will collect the middle if you need it, though. So we'll just repeat the same thing on the bottom. 2, 2, 1, break. Just do that again. 2, 2, 1, break. And then we just, again, repeat that on everything. So we are done with the outer shell of the meteor, the skeleton. And now I'm going to show you how to fill one of these areas in, and then do the other 3. Because it's the exact same thing, just on each of the 4 sides. So what we're going to want to do is start here by facing in. Place 1, 2, 3 blocks here. 1 there, 1 down. I'm going to break this block. I'm going to place a block there and there. Then I'm going to place a block here, here, here. And then here, here, here. If you need to, you can go inside and take the blocks for future use. That's one area of the meteor done. You just repeat it on these 3 sides then, and I'll be right back once I'm done that. Okay, I am done filling in the top layer of the meteor. The bottom is the exact same as the top, but it can get a little disorienting. So what we're going to want to do is place 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You can break these blocks. It's just 3 blocks here. Then going to do the same thing. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Can come in here, break these blocks if you need them again. And then place 1 here, place 1 here, here, and here, as well as there. And then that's one area of it done. I will go ahead and do the other 3, and I'll be right back. So I just watched that clip back, and it was really confusing what I said. So I'll go over it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. Break that block. Place 1 here. 2, 2, 2. Can break these blocks if you need them again. And then just place blocks on top of this. You can then also place 3 blocks there, and you're done. That's the side. What I did over here was really confusing, so I hope you were able to follow that. Okay, we're back, and if you've gone this far, you finished the most difficult part of the meteor, the actual sphere. Now, what I like to do is break these 9 blocks here, add glowstone there, and add black carpets on top. At nighttime, this helps light it up, and it just looks much nicer, especially if you're flying in from above using elytra. Anyhow, that's just that's not mandatory, but it's just nice. Okay, we are on to probably my favorite part of this entire build, because it requires no copying at all. I just have to show you a basic idea, and then you can do it however you want. So I always start with red because it's the darkest, and then I just spam the spacebar and hold S, and then I just bring it upwards like this. Just make this is the trail, just make it as long as you want. I think that will be sufficient for my needs, the red area. And you just want a basic idea. Of course, in survival, you'd have to be doing something along the lines of like that, because you can't fly. But in creative mode, it's super easy to do that. You need a decent clicks per second to do it, but it's not too difficult. Alright, so the next part is to add there's a lot of different ways to do the trail, and there's no right or wrong way, but I like to just add the orange next, just spam it all around on the red. We want the trail to get more and more thin on the way out, so I'll have it more intense around here, around the front of it. That way it gives the illusion that the meteor is giving off it, and as it's trailing off, the flare is getting less and less strong. I'll also add some more red because I don't want just a little bit in the middle. This is a natural build, well, it's not like a building or a car or anything, so there's no way reason to make it symmetrical or anything. Okay, so pretty much what you want to do is you're just going to want to run up and down and sand the red and the orange in whichever order you really want. Not the yellow just yet, because the yellow is much different from the red and the orange. Okay, so I am done with the red and the orange. As you can see, it starts thick and it gets more and more thin the further away it goes. Now for the yellow, I don't like to use too much of it. I like to put it just in little 1 or 2 block blobs just around it, dotted around, because the yellow is really overpowering because of how bright it is. If you add too much, it's the only thing you'll see, and that's not what we want. We want all of the colors really to blend together. And you really don't need too much of this yellow stuff. It's really powerful. I definitely wouldn't recommend using this as like the core color, because it's really just the only thing people will see. Yeah, you can see here it's still really overpowering, even though it there isn't too much of it. The next step would be to try to integrate the trail into the actual meteor, because as you can see, it looks like 2 separate builds really. So what you're going to want to do is place just blocks all around of all different colors. Try to make this area as smooth as possible, have as much coating it as possible. That way it will look natural and that it's attached to it and coming off of it. Again, well, if you have glowstone with carpets here, you can't place it on top of here, so it will just have to look like that. But just all around, really. Just place them in random order, and it will end up looking nice. Don't make it too concentrated, and don't try to make it random. Just let however you think the meteor should look, let that happen. Don't try too hard with the integration, or else it won't look good. Just let it go naturally, not forcing it to look like something. It looks like it isn't attached, so I'm gonna add some stuff here, and easy as that. It looks like it's completely attached. That it's really simple getting these 2 builds to look like they're one together. Okay, here's my favorite part of this entire build, is using the panes. Panes in survival, they're super cheap because it only takes 6 to make 16, 6 glass to make 16 panes. And with the panes, there's no technique at all. You literally just run around just placing them everywhere, especially the yellow panes. The yellow panes look exceptionally good. They just make your build look a lot better. I don't add too much to here. I would say only add a few, like that. And then maybe different colors. It gives it an extra layer of depth, really, to see the different shapes. And just the little lines poking up, the attachments. It really adds a lot. And then at the end here, I like to add just a trail of panes, so it looks like it really is getting more and more thin the further out it goes, like so. If it will let me place blocks like that. So at this point, your meteor is almost done. You can leave it like this if you want to, but if you have the glowstone and you want it to look extra cool, what I would recommend is just walking around, just breaking a few pieces of glass, adding a glowstone, and just adding it back up again. Places like here, you barely even have to break blocks because there's kind of an indentation already. Place one there. Do that. And this will just, at nighttime, or just really whenever, it will light it up and make it look much nicer. The further out you go, the more sparse you have to be, because there's not as much room to indent it into, because there isn't many blocks underneath it. And then we can just add maybe one more here. And then we pretty much have a completed meteor. So I'm going to fix up a few things, maybe make the transition a bit smoother, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I've done a bit of transition work here, and at nighttime it really looks awesome. There is one thing you can do if you go in here and you find some black wool or any black block. You can use black concrete. Uh, you can create sort of a square around it. So here, if you do slash. So I'm back after making the transition a little smoother, setting it to nighttime, and adding a black floor using the slash fill command. Now, this is just a sample. Obviously, this can stretch on all around. But if you look at it, it really does look like the void, the abyss of space. And I think that's what we're going for here, to see the comet shooting through space. Or if you do, you can create like a town or something that this is about to hit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not super detailed. You can, change out blocks here for different types of black. But that's really it. If you've created this comet, then well done. You've added an awesome build to your Minecraft world. And I think that's going to do it for me. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.